Welcome to the longest running quiz show in the area. Categories. High school students compete to answer questions on topics from art to science, history to current events. And now, here's your categories host, John Bartell.
Hi, welcome to Categories. Today we're bringing you a great intra-district matchup as the Shawnee Mission North Indians, coached by Kim Grinnell, are taking on the Shawnee Mission South Raiders, coached by Todd Nafis. Let's go ahead and meet our competitors. First from North.
I'm Antonio and I'm a junior.
I'm Walter and I'm a senior.
I'm Tyler and I'm a freshman.
I'm Jacob and I'm a senior.
I'm Alyssa and I'm a junior.
And our competitors from South.
Hi, I'm Josiah and I'm a senior.
Hi, I'm Anna and I'm a junior.
Hi, I'm Joe and I'm a senior.
I'm John and I'm a junior.
Hi, I'm Jack, I'm a junior.
All right, we got those first questions done. Everybody's got scored 100% on them so far, so we're doing pretty well. All right, as we head into the first round here on Categories, we will take turns answering questions. If a team responds correctly, they will earn a point. If they respond incorrectly, the other team will get a chance to steal. We did a coin toss before we started taping. It was won by the Indians, so Shawnee Mission North, general knowledge is the first category. In 1926, psychologist Carl Bingham created what test designed to identify students who would benefit most from higher education? Jacob.
The SAT.
It is the SAT. Raiders, art history. According to art historian Merle Robertson, what is the #1 man-made problem affecting ancient Mayan ruins? Josiah?
Acid rain.
It is acid rain. Back to you, Indians. Vocabulary. What 5-syllable word is used for a goat's horn overflowing with fruit and flowers signifying prosperity? Jacob.
Cornucopia.
Cornucopia. Raiders, back to you. World geography. What city was built in 1642 on an island at the place where the Ottawa and Richelieu rivers empty into the St. Lawrence River? John.
Montreal.
Montreal. Back to you, North, with literature. Identify this character. He's the Earl of Huntington, an outlaw of Sherwood Forest. Jacob.
Robin Hood.
It's Robin Hood. Raiders, coming back to you. Mathematics is the category. It's a fairly long question, lots of details, so please pay attention. A secretary types 4 letters to 4 people and addresses on 4 envelopes. If she inserts the letters at random into each different envelope, what is the probability that exactly 3, no more, no less, exactly 3 will go to the right envelopes? Time on that. Indians, back to you with a chance to steal this mathematics question. A secretary types 4 letters to 4 people and addresses the 4 envelopes. If she inserts the letters at random, each in a different envelope, what is the probability that exactly 3 letters, no more or no less, will go to the right envelopes? Time on that one. The actual answer is 0 probability, because if 3, then there has to be 4. So there would be 0 probability. Kind of a trick question, sorry. All right, North, coming back to you with sports. The annual high school hockey tournament in what state boasts the highest attendance, over 100,000 people, of any high school tournament in any sport in this country? Antonio.
New York.
It is not New York. Raiders, chance to steal this sports question. The annual high school hockey tournament in what state boasts the highest attendance, over 100,000 people, of any high school tournament in any sport in the country? Joe.
Wisconsin?
It's not Wisconsin. Minnesota. Raiders, we are sticking with you with U.S. history. Another long question. During the American Revolution, when the British invaded Philadelphia, this object was secretly removed from Independence Hall and taken by wagon to Allentown, Pennsylvania, where it was hidden under the floorboards of a church. Had it remained in the State House, It would have been melted down for British ammunition, as were all the other bells of the city. Anna.
The Liberty Bell?
It is the Liberty Bell. Indians, coming back to you. Science, specifically chemistry. What are the vertical columns in the periodic table called? Jacob.
The periods.
I cannot accept the period. Raiders, chance to steal this science chemistry question. What are the vertical columns? Anna.
Groups?
Groups or families. We would have accepted either one. Raiders, sticking with you with current events. The Philadelphia Inquirer announced major layoffs, and the Orange County Register in California filed for bankruptcy. These are ominous signs for what industry? Josiah.
The newspaper industry.
Newspaper industry. Very good. North, back to you. Economics. Identify the part of a house that comes before community, or the word community, in a term for a commuter suburb. Jacob.
Bed.
Bed or bedroom, yes. Raiders, back to you with world history. In 1938, a leader was elected to office in a European country by a landslide vote of 38 million to 4 million. Who was that man? Indians, chance to steal this world history question. In 1938, a leader was elected to office in a European country by a landslide vote of 38 million to 4 million. Who was that man? Antonio.
Adolf Hitler.
Adolf Hitler. Sticking with you, Indians, general knowledge is the category. August originally had 30 days until Augustus Caesar decided it should have 31 days. He took a day from what month to give August as many days as July, named for his predecessor, Julius Caesar? Antonio?
September.
It is not September. Raiders, chance to steal this general knowledge question. August originally had 30 days until Augustus Caesar decided it should have 31. He took a day from what month to give August as many days as July, named for his predecessor, Julius Caesar? Joe?
July.
July is incorrect. I'm sorry. February. Raiders, we are sticking with you, and the category is music. During the 19th century, all horns, oboes, and bassoons in the French army were replaced by what new instrument? Time on that. Indians, chance to steal this music category. During the 19th century, all horns, oboes, and bassoons in the French army were replaced by what new instrument? Jacob.
The saxophone.
It is the saxophone. Indians, staying with you with spelling. Defined, or it is a, excuse me, this is the definition first. It is to cause things to agree in time or make things happen at the same time and speed. Spell synchronize. Antonio.
SYNCHRONIZE.
That is correct. Raiders, coming back to you, U.S. geography. The American Lung Association has published its list of America's most polluted cities. Of the 10 cities with the filthiest air, 7 are in which state? John.
California.
California. Indians, literature is your category. Name the conflict that provides the backdrop for the classic children's story, Johnny Tremaine. Time on that. Raiders, coming back to you for a chance to steal this literature category. Name the conflict that provides the backdrop for the classic children's story, Johnny Tremaine. Anna.
The Civil War.
It is not the Civil War, it's the American Revolution. American Revolution. Raiders, we are staying with you with the next category, which is science, specifically physics. Devices in a nuclear reactor used to regulate the rate of nuclear reaction are called what? Josiah.
Control rods.
Control rods, exactly. Indians, government is your category. The exclusive right of a government to exercise supreme authority over its territory. I've just defined what 11-letter word starting with S? Walter.
Sovereignty.
Sovereignty. Very good. South, world history. A scandal about a necklace made from these was disastrous for the popularity of Marie Antoinette. What were they? Josiah?
Were they the Hope Diamonds?
They are the diamonds, yes. Indians, presidential history is your category. What did John Quincy Adams do after he left the presidency? Walter.
He went to the House of Representatives.
Very good. He served in Congress. Very good. South, health, psychology is your category, and it starts with a quote. His own world is a safe harbor, a carefully tended and walled-in garden, closed to the public and hidden from prying eyes. His own company is the best. That's how Carl Jung defined what concept? John?
Introversion?
Yeah, introvert. Very good. Pretty good definition. Indians, coming back to you, current events. After revealing he would not seek the presidency in 2016, Vice President Joe Biden also announced he would spend his last 15 months in office on a moonshot attempt to cure what? Antonio.
AIDS.
It is not AIDS. Raiders' chance to steal this current events category. After revealing he would not seek the presidency in 2016, Vice President Joe Biden also announced he would spend his last 15 months in office on a moonshot attempt to cure what? Joe.
Alzheimer's.
It's not Alzheimer's. Cancer. Cancer. Raiders, we are sticking with you. Vocabulary, specifically construction. This part of a foundation distributes the load of the building throughout the bearing materials. It is poured directly on the soil in forms, and upon it, the stem walls will be erected. Name this first part of a foundation. Indians, chance to steal this vocabulary, specifically construction vocabulary. This part of a foundation distributes the load of a building throughout the bearing materials. It is poured directly on the soil in forms, and upon it, the stem walls will be erected. Name this first part of a foundation.
Cement.
I'm sorry, Tyler?
Cement.
It is not cement, it's a footing. A footing. Indians, we are coming back to you. Literature is the category. What Thomas Hardy novel centers on a Wessex County mayor? Raiders, chance to steal this literature category. What Thomas Hardy novel centers on a Wessex County mayor? It is the mayor of Casterbridge. Mayor of Casterbridge. After a great first round here on categories, we do have a tie score. Shawnee Mission North 9, Shawnee Mission South 9. In this part of our program, we are going to go to a campus update as a member from each team will tell us about what is happening on their high school campus. And so, Shawnee Mission North, Alyssa, you are giving us the update for the Indians. So what's happening over on Johnson Drive?
Well, tomorrow we have our last DECA mini comp before state in Leavenworth. And then last Friday, our boys and girls varsity team beat East for the first time in several years, if I'm correct. And then Henry's Law was a play that we put on a couple weeks ago, but tomorrow we're doing it again in seminar to raise alertness for bullying this month.
Oh, outstanding. Great stuff happening over there. And it looks like, Josiah, you are giving us the update for the Raiders, so what's happening at South?
All right, so our robotics build season had its kickoff last Saturday. So they're going to start their build season. We have Wizard of Oz rehearsals going on. Our basketball teams are doing well. We just had a wrestling tournament, and there was also recently a Hall of Fame ceremony.
Very good. And I think you also had Rodney Peete came back, didn't he, for a game and gave something to school? Very cool stuff happening over there. All right, as we head into the second round here on categories, it is the lightning round, and as tradition here, we will start our lightning round with our look and listen question. Our look and listen question is worth 2 points. Just as a reminder to the contestants that once you ring in, we cannot stop and rewind the video. We have to go and proceed from there, from where it is. And for those who are watching at home, we will be displaying that on your screen while we have a monitor here in the studio for the contestants. All right, here you go with the category, or with the question. Name the facility that is absent from this footage. Time on that. It's the block building addition to the Nelson. It did not have the block building on it. All right, as we continue into our lightning round, the questions are placed on the floor for either team to answer. If a team responds correctly, they of course earn a point for their team. If they answer incorrectly, the other team still gets a chance to steal the category. So here we go, both teams. Current events is the category. Longtime socialist member of parliament, Jeremy Corbyn, is the new leader of which of Britain's political parties?
Labour Party.
Okay, hold on, Tyler. We've got to wait till you're called on. Okay, Tyler, go ahead.
Labour Party.
Labour Party, very good. We're all excited, Tyler. Just got to wait. Okay, here we go. Military terminology, specifically weaponry, is the next category. Guns that are too heavy to be carried are called by what? Antonio.
Artillery.
Artillery, very good. Vocabulary is the next category. Spelling. Defined as a two-dimensional outline of an object which is filled uniformly in black, spell silhouette. Antonio.
Silhouette.
Very good. U.S. history for both teams. The Confederacy secretly purchased several ships from the British to prey on northern shipping. The most famous of these was the ship that captured or destroyed 63 Union vessels. Name that ship. It is the Alabama. The Alabama. General knowledge for both teams. What was the first type of clothing mentioned in the Bible? Jacob.
Fig leaf.
Fig leaf. Fine arts theater is the next category. The collaborative genius of George S. Kaufman and Moss Hart produced many great American plays and one theatrical masterpiece, the 1938 Pulitzer Prize-winning comedy called what? You can't take it with you, is what we're looking for. Vocabulary for both teams. It is a confrontation between opponents possibly leading to war. The term comes from hockey, when the referee drops the puck between two waiting opposing players. What's the term? Joe.
Face-off?
It is a face-off. U.S. history for both teams. After the Mayflower Compact was signed, he was elected governor for 1 year and was the leader who selected the site of Plymouth Colony. Jacob.
Miles Standish.
It is not Miles Standish. Raiders chance to steal this U.S. history category. After the Mayflower Compact was signed, he was elected governor for 1 year. He was the leader who selected the site of Plymouth Colony. Who was this leader whose name is appropriate to the Thanksgiving tradition of cutting up a cooked turkey? John Carver. Carver, cutting up a turkey. Literature. Rachel Carson, a marine biologist and author, was instrumental in getting the general use of DDT banned in the United States. Give me the title of her most influential book. Jacob?
Silent Spring.
Silent Spring is exactly what we're looking for. Business for both teams. Free trade zone is defined as an area within a country where imported goods may be stored or possessed without being subject to import duties or tariffs. In terms of volume, the world's largest free trade zone is what entity on the Kowloon Peninsula? John?
Hong Kong.
It is Hong Kong. Sports for both teams. NFL rules state that only one player at a time may run parallel to the line to confuse the defense before the ball is snapped. This maneuver is known as what? Antonio?
Shotgun.
Cannot accept shotgun. Raiders, chance to steal this sports category. NFL rules state that only one player at a time may run parallel to the line to confuse the defense before the ball is snapped. This maneuver is known as what? Going in motion. Going in motion. Both teams, biology is the category. What ancient marine animals were probably the ancestors of king crabs, scorpions, spiders, and other arthropods? Joe?
Trilobite.
Trilobite. Very good. Narrowed the gap a bit here. Shawnee Mission North 14, Shawnee Mission South 12. Another science question, this time dealing with space. The number one goal of the astronauts on the Space Shuttle Endeavour in 1995 was to help confirm whether a certain colorless, odorless, inert gas was spread between galaxies by the Big Bang. Name this element. Jacob.
Helium.
It is helium. Mathematics is the next category. Catalan's conjecture states that two numbers are the only consecutive integers that are powers of smaller positive integers. Name those two numbers. Eight and 9. 2 to the third and 3 squared. General knowledge, food for both teams. Pound for pound, this legume has more protein and vitamins than beef liver, more fat than heavy cream, and more food energy than sugar. What is it? Joe?
Soy.
It is not soy. Indians, chance to steal this general knowledge food category. Pound for pound, this legume has more protein and vitamins than beef liver, more fat than heavy cream, and more food energy than sugar. What is it? Jacob?
The peanut.
It is the peanut. Fine arts, playwrights is the category. Which American playwright's only real comedy is entitled Ah, Wilderness, a play in which an adolescent, Tommy Miller, has his first experiences in the adult world? Jacob.
Jack London.
It is not Jack London. Raiders, chance to steal this fine arts playwrights category. Which American playwright's only real comedy is entitled Ah, Wilderness, a play in which an adolescent, Tommy Miller, has his first experiences in the adult world? Eugene O'Neill. Eugene O'Neill. Shakespeare is the next category. Shakespeare's Falstaff was said to have eaten a widow out of what? Out of House and Home. House and Home. World history. Elizabeth, Sir Thomas More, Anne Boleyn, Sir Walter Raleigh, and Lady Jane Grey were all prisoners in what famous jail? Jacob.
The Tower of London.
Tower of London. Law for both teams. A person who goes into a building without permission in order to steal something in the building has committed what offense? Jacob.
Larceny.
It is not larceny. Raiders, chance to steal this law question. A person who goes into a building without permission in order to steal something in the building has committed what offense? Josiah.
Burglary.
It is not burglary. It's breaking and entering. Breaking and entering. Technology for both teams. What word indicates the process of organizing the records in a database in a specific order, either alphabetically or numerically? Jacob.
To sort.
It's a sort. Very good. Inventions for both teams. Long question, so please pay attention. Asthma-suffering Ohioan Murray Spangler put a fan motor in a soapbox and stuck a broom handle and a pillowcase in 1907. His kinsman, William Hoover, heard the opportunity knock, and the two went into business marketing this machine door to door. That's how Spangler's clever suction sweeper turned into what common household device? Anna.
The vacuum.
It is the vacuum. U.S. geography for both teams. It's been called too thick to drink and too thin to plow. William Jennings Bryan was known as the boy orator of which tributary of the Missouri River? John.
Kansas.
It is not the Kansas River. Indians, chance to steal this U.S. geography category. It's been called too thick to drink and too thin to plow. William Jennings Bryan was known as the boy orator of which tributary of the Missouri River? Jacob.
The Colorado.
It's not the Colorado. It's the Platte. The Platte. General knowledge for both teams. What kitchen device was sold under the brand name Incinerator? Anna.
The disposal.
It is disposal. Very good. Entertainment for both teams. When asked what she wanted to be put on her tombstone, Elizabeth Taylor replied, "Here lies Elizabeth. She hated to be called what?" Anna.
Lizzie.
Close. Can't accept it. Indians, chance to steal this entertainment question. When asked what she wanted to be put on her tombstone, Elizabeth Taylor replied, "Here lies Elizabeth. She hated to be called blank." Walter.
Liz.
Just Liz. Yeah, that is correct. And with that siren, that does denote the end of our game, and Shawnee Mission North has come out on top with a score of 19 to Shawnee Mission South 14. Please join us again here on Cataracts next time as we will continue to bring you the best and brightest minds of high school students all throughout Johnson County.